Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going to take the new transformation team, the Giant Form team. So I was kind of curious, after we just got 3 EZAs, Giant Form I would say is considered to be, before this EZA batch, you know, Giant Form was considered to be probably one of the worst teams in the game. So we're going to take a look at them now after this update, because if you think about it, AGL Tapion's gotten his EZA and he's the Giant Form leader. We now have a 160 lead for Giant Form, right? And so now I think after this new batch of Grade 8 BZAs we got for Global, Giant Form's actually a runnable team. I would say link-wise, it's not like the most cohesive thing. Like, none of them are like great linking partners for each other. But the nice thing about Giant Form, it's kind of like categories like GT, for example, where they all have a common key link together at least. So all of these units are going to have the transform key link. So they're at least going to be getting super attacks off. They just won't get a ton of attack links, right? So I guess because of that, we kind of have the freedom to build our rotations how we want. The nice thing is for like our Vegeta, our Goku, and our Raditz, they all have Saiyan Roar, which is like a really big time attack link. And of course, we got to have my boy Bergamo on the Giant Form team. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this video is so I can show off Bergamo a little bit and show that even though without an EZA, Bergamo is actually still really, really good and one of the better members of this team, right? So we're just hopping into a Legendary Goku event here just to see how they perform. Tapion, by the way, is just busted. Tapion is one of the best defensive units in the game. Like, people were using Tapion in difficult content even before his EZA, and now he's even better. He just has like guaranteed like 50% damage reduction all the time, and he actually has like defense now, which is really useful because he used to have the damage reduction but like no defense at all, and now that he has some defense, he's quite good. The other thing too is like I'm gonna guess we're gonna be seeing transformations like crazy in this video. We'll see how many we get, but all the transformations going off should save us some turns and hopefully give us some free damage against Goku, right? So we'll see what happens. But I mean, I just like I said, with every unit on every rotation having a possible transformation, like, I would not be surprised if we're just like spending several turns in a row just busting off transformation. So I mean, and technically that's how this team is supposed to operate, right? When the units first came out, when they first came out with these Grade 8 units, that was the big selling point, is you'd get these transformations and have these invincible turns. So because people never really run this as a team, like, we're probably not really used to this happening, but this is probably what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get very frequent transformations. So we'll see how this does. Unfortunate we got Raditz here because he's type disadvantage. So we did get a crit on the first one. Yeah, you see without the crits though, it's like no damage. So I was talking about this in my, because I did showcases on all these units, right? And one of my problems with the Grade 8 transformation, I think Dokkan just heavily values almost too much the fact that you're invulnerable, and they're just afraid to have these Grade 8 characters actually have like good attack stats. You can see 900k attack stats isn't going to do much in difficult content. Now with the additionals, we did just push over a mil, but you can see without crits, like, I'm doing like no damage. So like, the transformation is almost pointless because we're just like stalling out a couple of turns, but like, what's the point of stalling out if we're not actually going to do damage to the opponent anyways? Now we are doing some nice chip damage here, and we are taking something off the health, so I guess that's something, right? And if we had type advantage, we would definitely be doing more. Where it's really going to be a problem though, this is still very early, right? And look how many turns we're taking, and we're like still on this like, what, phase 2 Goku, right? When we get to UI Goku, the combination of UI Goku dodging and like the amount of defense he has, I wouldn't be surprised if we're doing double digits with our Grade 8 units. We'll see. Okay, so for this rotation, I think Goku and Raditz will be okay. Like 3 links, including Saiyan Roar, I think is good enough. And I do want Goku on rotation to stack. So my plan to get through this here is I want Goku stacking and I want Bergamo stacking. Now here's the thing. I need Goku to get a super here, so I'm going to do something unfortunate, and I'm going to put Raditz in the front with type disadvantage, but I want Goku to get the super attack. This early, I'm okay. If even Raditz got supered here, we're not going to die. We would definitely get hit hard, because Raditz gets defense on super, and we're not getting a super here, so he's going to be quite weak defensively here. Okay, yeah, not quite double digits on normals. Okay, there we go. Alright, and then Goku, we just want to get Goku stacking, and then we're going to get Bergamo going crazy on the other rotation, and that's going to kind of be our plan moving forward. Now, the thing with Bergamo can get really insane defensive levels, but he's very weak early on. Alright, so Bergamo, who do you link better with? Oh, he actually links pretty decent with Tapion. Okay, we'll do that. I'm going to put Bergamo right away in slot 1. So the way Bergamo works, in case you're unfamiliar, he needs to get hit a bunch. Like I think 10 times, 9 or 10 times to fully build up his passive. But when his passive is fully built up, he's got 300% attack and defense. And then he doesn't have infinite defense stacking, but he stacks for 9 turns, which is really, really long. And so for a while, his defense is just going to be shooting up like crazy. And then we'll kind of hit... There will be a time where Bergamo's defense like peters out and like stops increasing, but he's going to be 500k defense plus by the end of this thing. And then if Bergamo has turns with additionals, we can push that defense up even higher, right? So we'll start taking a look. So what's Goku looking like here? So Goku 117k, which doesn't seem crazy, but Goku gets 80% on super, right? So he's only going to get stronger. So we're going to let Goku grab these. Raditz is going to grab those. Now remember, Raditz wasn't looking crazy, but he's a nuker, right? And you see Raditz shot up to 157k after grabbing orbs. So Raditz is always going to look better depending on how many orbs he can get. Hopefully Goku doesn't take a super. Oh, darn it. I wanted Goku to super first, so this will hurt. Yeah, well, 94 is not the worst, but right there, Goku just got a huge defensive buff. So had Goku taken the super now, probably wouldn't have taken any damage at all, or very little, maybe like 20 or 10k or something. And for our grade ape units, yeah, the attack stats aren't that crazy, but I don't know, considering where this team was, like, this is actually, like, runnable. Like, we've got, like, almost the whole team is, like, easy 8 units, right? Bergamo and LR Baby are only 2 non-easy 8 units, and Baby was, like, kind of considered always, like, the best unit on the team. Now, Baby here does not have the transform link, so he's not going to link up at all. But that's okay. Bergamo, okay. I need Bergamo to get hit. I'm going to do this and hope that, and I'm actually going to miss the super with Tapion. And then I'm going to get Bergamo a super and hope that he doesn't kill the Goku so that Bergamo can get hit a couple times. And then Baby will just grab all that. And, I mean, if Baby does get it in attacking, he's for sure going to finish the Goku off, I think. Okay, so Bergamo, yeah, at 600k, probably won't take this Goku out, which is good, because we want Bergamo to get hit a whole bunch. Good, 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 good. All right, perfect. Yep, get hit. Get hit. You'll see Bergamo will get that stat increase for quite a while, but once we get Bergamo fully stacked up, he's going to be looking real, real good. All right. Next turn Bergamo comes up, we'll see how his defense is doing, but he should be getting to the point where he's going to be fine defensively now. The nice thing with Bergamo, too, in this event, like the last phase is in, so Bergamo's extra tanky there. Alright, so now that I got my 3, well, Goku's got to stay on for sure, because he's stacking. So, Goku links up the same with Vegeta or Raditz. I think I want to keep Vegeta on rotation, because Raditz is going to depend on orbs, and I feel like we don't want to count on getting like a ton of orbs every time, and Vegeta is going to be more consistent, I think, just on a turn-by-turn basis. Raditz will get a nice chunk of orbs there, though. Alright, so let's get Goku another stack in. Goku will probably, my kid Goku should probably finish him off here. Yeah, 2.3 mil. Not too bad. The thing with Goku, I think, so out of the 3 Great Ape units, I do think I like Goku and Vegeta a little bit more than Raditz, just because Raditz will be inconsistent based on the orbs. I do think, though, if you can put a team build together where Raditz has an orb changer like near him, then Raditz can definitely be better. But I think I kind of like Kid Goku the best just because he's got infinite stacking. Like, that's just so useful to have, right? Ki is not looking great here, so my Tapions are going to be missing supers, but we'll just be okay with that, I guess. Sure. We'll just do that. But yeah, let's let Bergamo eat a bunch of hits here. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to check his defense. All right. This I don't think will do anything. I think Bergamo's built. Okay, 47k is not that bad. And Bergamo still has more stacks on attack he can do. And his passive isn't fully built yet. We'll see if his passive still keeps increasing here. I'm not like keeping count or anything. I just wait till I stop seeing the stats go up. Okay. Okay, he still might not be fully stacked. He gained on both of those, so we'll see. Alright. All right. Oh, yeah, and obviously we're going to have a bunch of these transformations. So it's been a while, so we're probably due for one of these, right? All right, so now we got Goku transform. And this is good because in Goku's showcase, we never got to see him transform. So we'll see what his damage looks like here. From what it seemed like with the other Grade Ape units, they're all doing like 900k to like a million. Like that's kind of like the range they've been on supers. We'll see. Now Goku, because he stacks, might carry over. Let's see. Just over a million. It'll be interesting to see like later on if Goku transforms again, if his stacking carries over to the Grade 8 form or not. But he's still in like that 900k to 1 mil range. So I don't know that his stacking actually applies to the Grade 8 form or not. Well, and here's the thing. In Grade 8 form, he for sure doesn't stack. Because I believe on his super attack effect while in Grade 8, I think he just has like the 1-turn stack. So like if he does an additional in Grade 8 form, we should see the attack go up. But the individual attacks aren't stacking defense like infinitely like he did in Goku's form. I do know that for sure. But yeah, we should see the same attack stat here. Let's see. Yeah, 108, like the exact same. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a slower run, guys, especially like with all the transformations. And like, none of these units hit crazy hard, right? I would say in my showcase, I think I had Vegeta and Raditz hitting like 5 millish attack stats. But those were like, so they get stronger when I'm under 80% health. So if I'm under 80% health, then they're going to be looking better. And then in my showcases, I had them in more optimal situations, right? So, all right, we got Goku here. So Goku's sitting at 156k defense before attacking. Remember, he gets 80% more on super. So after supering, this Goku's probably going to be taking double digits. I have a feeling Goku's going to want to super right away, though. We'll see. Okay. Alright, I kind of hope my kid Goku gets supered here. I want to see how he does here. I'm thinking it's double digits, though. I'm thinking with the amount of stacking he's got in there. See, he's probably not going to super me, though. Nope. And there's Vegeta now at about 3 mil. So now we're looking a little bit more solid. I feel like in today's game, like 3 mil, like feels solid to me, right? But like to be like a really good attacker, I feel like you got to be sitting at 5 mil or higher to be seen as like, oh my gosh, that's a great attack stat. But for what these Grade Ape units can do, like I'm fine with them hitting, 2.5 to 3 mil. It is what it is, right? All right, Bergamo. So Bergamo, yeah, 340k defense, and I think he still has plenty more stacking to go. I'm debating. Okay, so let's do. I'm gonna put Bergamo in slot 1 because I feel like one more hit might be enough to get him stacked, or he might be fully stacked already. So we'll just take the hit right away. And poor Tapion missing there, but Tapion I think is going to be okay, even at type disadvantage here. We'll see. Alright, Bergamo. Okay, he may not be fully built yet. I know when he's fully built, he hits around 2 million, and we're at 1.8 right there. So yeah, his attack isn't anything crazy. I do think when they do decide to easy Bergamo, they're definitely going to help out his attack a little bit. But defensively, he really doesn't need help. I think that one of the things they could do that would be a little bit nicer would be just to make it so he needs less hits to fully build up. If they cut that in half, that would be fantastic. That would help Bergamo a lot. And maybe just give him higher starting passive so he's not such a dead duck on turn 1. But yeah, Bergamo, he's one of the later awakenings, so he's still really solid. Alright, so Goku 158k defense. Once again, he's going to get 80 more K on super. The problem is getting a super. The key has just been so unfortunate. Oh, actually, with Vegeta, we get more key. Yeah, I might swap to Vegeta here to make it more... to make things a little bit more consistent for us, yes. Or actually, Goku. I have been running Goku with Vegeta. Never mind. Tapion, I was running on the other rotation with Bergamo. So yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so what's Goku got for us this time? 2.5 mil. So you can see, I mean, this team's holding out just fine. I mean, we'll try to get through the whole Legendary Goku event. It's like I said, it's going to take us a hot minute here. Because our attack stats aren't crazy, right? It's going to take a little bit. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Now, this AGL Tapion, if you're actually running him on, Legendary Existence, and you've got, him next to that LR Tapion, he's actually looking real good. Alright, what's Bergamo looking like? Yeah, 386k defense right here. Bergamo's going to get fully stacked here for sure. Once again, the key, this is frustrating. It's like one key short. Alright, so I guess Bergamo's going to have to miss a super here, or do I just put Tapion in the front? But even if I put Tapion in the front, can I guarantee I can drop enough? I don't even think I can drop enough to get Bergamo a super here. So I'm just going to put Bergamo in the front, and he's just going to have to miss. That's quite unfortunate. Hopefully Bergamo will get an additional, so I can keep his stacks going on that 9-turn buff. Because once you kind of miss a super attack, it kind of messes up the rhythm of that. Yeah, we kind of lost that. That's okay. So we'll just have to keep going, but Bergamo eventually will stack up again and fill that up. But we might notice the defense drop next turn, just because we did miss a super. Alright, then we get the Dokkan attack with Tapion. Wow. Type disadvantage, yeah, not great here. Alright, so let's see here. Tapion, yeah, the devastating 2 mil attack stat. I mean, that's the thing, like, with these giant form units, like, a lot of them are very defensive units, so they're not like an attack-oriented team. The problem with, like, the giant form is they lack Dokkan Fest. Like, giant form has 0 Dokkan Fest. That LR baby, outside of that, everything else is free-to-play or banner units, right? Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to get Goku. Yeah, Goku's up to almost 200k pre-attack now. So we're looking really solid there. We're going to do that, and I'm going to leave the physical orbs. Well, it doesn't really matter because Goku's going to die this turn, but I was going to say I should actually be like planning ahead and actually making sure I have orbs for Bergamo, so I can guarantee that. But yeah, I do like these Great Ape units that came out on Global. Like, they're solid, right? 2.5 to 3 mil. Like, that's way... Like, before their EZA, they were doing, like, 700k damage, right? And, like, no defense. So, I'm just happy that they're usable. Like, I don't need every EZA to be, like, the groundbreaking, like, best unit in the game, right? And like I said, considering how many needs these units are filling... Alright, yeah, so Bergamo, 400k defense. Wow, and the key again... Okay, I think if we do this with Tapion, then they should drop for Bergamo. Unfortunately, Bergamo's not going to get hit, but I think we might be fully stacked. We'll see. The key thing is we just got to get Bergamo attacking again. But I feel like we are about reaching the point where Bergamo's fully stacked up. We need Bergamo to get some additional supers as well. I do have him max combo attack, by the way. Which, any of these defensive stackers, I recommend you do that. Yeah, he's about 2 mil. I think he is fully built up. We'll know for sure the next time he gets hit, but this is good. Give me a double, Bergamo. We need an additional here. Darn it. Okay. Not too lucky with the procs there. That's okay, though. But yeah, this Goku, you can see this is definitely... definitely taking us a little bit of time here. That's okay, though. Oh, so by the way, I guess this run... This run will give me some time to talk about Dragon Ball Heroes a little bit. So, we have presumably Dragon Ball Heroes coming up next, right? Like, typically in November, that's what we get as Dragon Ball Heroes. Here, let's just check Goku really quick here. Yeah, 200k defense before attacking, which is fantastic. So, they did make a recent announcement. You know, we just had that New York Comic-Con thing, and Dragon Ball Dokkan had, like, a panel or a booth there, right? And they talked about the new Dragon Ball Superhero movie, and that they are going to do, like, in November, there's going to be, like, a promotional event. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it said something where, like, characters from the new movie, from the Red Ribbon Army specifically, characters from the Red Ribbon Army would be appearing in Dokkan. So the big revelation here with this new Dragon Ball Super movie is that the Red Ribbon Army is coming back, right? And they've shown us some characters, like there's a Gamma 1 and a Gamma 2 character, which presumably people are thinking are maybe like new androids or something like that. And then we've just seen some other like Red Ribbon Army type characters, right? That just look like they work for the army or whatever. So because of that, there's like a lot of speculation as to like who could the main villain be. Will it just be the Gamma 1 and 2 and like kind of these evil, like maybe scientists or something? People are speculating things like, oh, maybe it'll be Android 21 because she would be another android. It would be a way to introduce her into the mainline series. You know, things like that. Maybe there would be other androids that would come in. Maybe they do Super 17 and make him actually a part of the main canon or something, right? Who knows? But So since they said that there's going to be characters from the Red Ribbon Army coming to Dokkan in November, there's a few things that we have to think about in the way that they've said it, right? So first they just said, I think specifically it just says characters representing the Red Ribbon Army. They didn't specifically say it would be new characters or characters specifically from the movie. They're just saying they're going to use the Red Ribbon Army to promote it. So in Dokkan, there could be characters that could just be any Red Ribbon Army characters, right? And I don't know that it said that you necessarily will recruit these characters, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's characters we're going to get. I think what most people are speculating is they're going to do something very similar to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, what they did was before the movie came out, they did a promotional thing. By the way, the Grade 8 forms are just flowing, right? I told you this was going to happen. When like every unit on your team can transform, this is going to be bound to happen. By the way, if my health dips below 50%, I'm pretty sure Tapion and Baby are like guaranteed transformations. So that's the other thing that could happen, right? So my health just hasn't dipped that low yet, but eventually they're going to start transforming as well now that I'm on UI Goku. So what they did for Dragon Ball Super Broly, if you guys remember, those of you that were a part of that event that played Dokkan back then, they did a raid event against Broly. And I remember when they first teased it, like they showed the Broly and everyone was like so excited, like, oh my gosh, they're going to give us like a free-to-play Broly card that we can get. And we were kind of disappointed because it wasn't an event where we actually got a Broly card. We fought against Broly in a raid, and then there were like raid rewards for that, but we couldn't actually recruit them. So my guess as to what this event is going to be, it's going to be a raid event maybe against Gamma 1 and 2, and they will just give us rewards, but we wouldn't actually recruit a character. That's my number one thought as to what this event is going to be. And so the reason why I say that it's going to be this, so I think it'll either be that, or they might just do like one short story event where maybe there would be like a free-to-play Gamma 1 and 2 or something that you could recruit. I think those are probably the two most likely things that would come out of this. That being said, this is not going to be the level of like a full celebration. Like this, whatever this Red Ribbon Army stuff is, this is not replacing Dragon Ball Heroes. It is not a full celebration. It's literally going to be like a mini drop. That's going to be like, they might throw it in with a celebration, or it might be between celebrations, but it's not going to mess up the timeline of what's coming. So I'm still very confident that Dragon Ball Heroes is coming. Now, the other big news that kind of dropped kind of recently here is that there's a 4.20 update coming. But the reason why this is significant, and this might be the first time ever in Dokkan that this has happened, but the same update is coming to JP and Global at the same time. And I do not know that there's ever been another time. Somebody let me know in the comments if you know of another time. But I don't know that there's ever been a time when JP and Global got the same update at the same time. Which, could this mean that maybe for version Z they're working towards getting the games caught up? That would be really hype if they did. I've always been a proponent of I want Dokkan and JP to get caught up. And the reason why is because of what we've been experiencing lately. In one of my videos, I talked about, here, we'll check out Bergamo quick here, by the way. This is Bergamo type disadvantage. He's at 400k defense. I'm quite confident putting Bergamo in slot 1 here. And we do have the orbs, thank goodness. We do have the orbs here. Now I lost my train of thought. Hold on. We'll just keep going here. Okay. Oh, jeez. What was I just talking about? I totally just lost it. So, we were talking about the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. Dragon Ball Heroes. Oh, yeah, the update. Okay. So, I don't know that we've ever had this update at the same time. So I don't know, once again, if that means they're trying to do something for version Z and trying to line the games up. But I've always been a proponent that I think that the game would be a lot more exciting if the games were caught up and there would be a lot more hype. And the example of that, more transformations by the way, is how Dokkan has been so unpredictable. And I've talked about it in a previous video, but we just had like Planet Namek Saga like out of nowhere, same time celebration, and it's been like literally one of the hypest I've been ever in Dokkan. Is always like these shared celebrations. But then even with like Kefla randomly getting dropped and like Super Vegeta and like all these things, like there's so much more excitement when you don't know what's coming. And so I know on global, like, we have this huge advantage of like the foresight. We can like develop pull plans and everything, and it's definitely better for our stones the way global is right now, and I totally get that. I would trade that in a heartbeat just to have the excitement of like the new stuff coming, because like the thing. So the things that torture me are like what's going on in JP right now. They just got a new Tech Kefla card, and I really love U6, and I really love that unit. I've watched showcases on her, and like I want it now. And like I really like the free to play that Int Kale free to play card. Like when they announced the celebration, she was like my number one free to play pick. I'm like, I want this card to EZA because I'm using her right now on my U6 builds just because she's a support and she links so well with the other girls. But now they actually made her like legitimately good and runnable, so that's even more exciting. And then that physical Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and it's like, yeah, I'm like really excited about these guys right now. But now I've got to wait like what 4 to 6 months till I'm actually going to get them, and by the time that happens, the hype is going to be gone, and it's not going to be as exciting for me to actually get them, right? I really felt this way with the Kid Goten and Trunks leader, because they were one of the ones that I think they were Golden Week for Japan, not this past year but the year before, and that typically wasn't a joint celebration. And the problem with that celebration, what's Goku looking like? Yeah, 250k before attacking. So he's going to be like, what, over 400k defense here after attacking. So we're going to check out Goku type disadvantage here. But yeah, it used to be those Golden Week units, we wouldn't get them until November, and they would come out in like May. So yeah, it would be like so long, and then not only would the hype die down, but then the units just aren't as good. So it's like, it makes so much more sense. Like Dokkan would make more money in general to have the games together, so that like global can get blindsided, right? We can't just expect what's coming, and then we can't plan to always save our stones, or it's harder for us to make those plans to save. It's just going to make the company more money in the end. So yeah, that's I hope that I kind of get the feeling that things are trending that way, just because not to get anyone else's hopes up, or maybe you don't want it, or not to make anyone upset about it, but well, look at Bergamo with like the full heal there, by the way. His defense still, right now, he's just consistently chilling 400k defense. He does get a defense raise on super still, right? So he's well over 400k defense here consistently. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel like having that hype would just be so much better for the game. And like I said, like, and the other thing that, like, I think having the games lined up really helps too, is they try to do these global first, but anytime they do stuff with global first, it messes up the timeline, or it messes up something later on. And we're going to see it with what's happening right now in global. So we just got these 3 great IPZAs, right? And we got them as a part of this Kid Gohan celebration. Now what's going to happen is down the road, JP's got to get them at some point, and they're going to put them in some celebration that we haven't had yet. And then what's going to happen is when global gets that celebration, we're just going to get shafted and like have no content to fill that spot, right? All right, Goku. All right, I'm going to test the waters with Goku. He's taking a lot of attacks here. I'm going to test him type disadvantage once again. He was 273k defense before attacking, so after attacking, he's going to look even better. Let's see what happens here. But yeah, like something's going to get messed up later on, right? And then the other thing is like, I think there's, like, they haven't announced if there's going to be like a part 2 to this Gohan celebration, but there's got to be, because there's content missing that JP got that we haven't. So I'm hoping we get some Super Battle Road stages, because I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get the next set of like Extreme Super Battle Road. It was either that, so we're either supposed to get the Extreme Super Battle Road to get the EZA for the Goku Bulma card, or we're supposed to get the new regular Battle Road stages to get that Trunks card, that STR Super Battle Road Trunks card. One of those two, I think, is supposed to be in the celebration. So I'm hoping that there'll be like a part 2 or like a part after where we get that, because we're going to have the LR Goku and Piccolo coming, so I'm hoping they drop more content with that. Okay, so we're at the end here. So there's, yeah, just consistently Bergamo's at 400k defense, right? Now, as crazy as Bergamo's looking at 400k defense, I feel like the game, like the power creep has gotten to the point where like Bergamo, you could justify giving him an EZA at this point. Because 2 million attack stat right there, like that's not cutting it in today's game really. And back when Bergamo, remember, Bergamo awakened, he's been like this basically since that Strength Kaioken Goku came out, like way, way back, right? That's like over 2 years ago. And so this Bergamo, this defensive level was just like insane, like untouchable back in the day. Now there's so many units that can get to this level that I feel like Bergamo should get a nice update. Because I want to see Bergamo be like the king of just like stacking that defense and like, like, because his whole theme was the more he gets hit, the stronger he gets. That's why he stacks for so long based on when he gets hit, because that's what he does in the anime. Which I think they did represent Bergamo very well there. All right, so another... It's kind of crazy. I mean, we've just had a nice steady flow of these giant ape transformations, right? Now let's see what kind of damage. We got lucky and we did get a type advantage one. And we're going to see if Goku's attack stat looks any different here, because he has stacked for quite a while since the last one. So let's see if the stacking affects this. Nope. So that's the exact same attack stat we got. So there's confirmation that Goku stacking does not affect his Great Ape transformation at all. So I really wish they did more to make these Great Apes more unique and hit a little bit harder. Like, literally all three of these EZ8s do the exact same thing. They gave him 2 ki just to give him a little bit of help with doing super attacks. And then they just get like a massive attack raise on super, and that's it. I really, really thought, because even though they didn't really do anything with Tapion, I was still very optimistic they were actually going to do like passives for these guys. I don't know why. They're just so afraid to make these Great Ape units like decent in their transformed state. But like I said, I get that they value the idea that you're invincible, but like it doesn't matter. We're doing such little damage to this Goku. All we're doing is stalling. Like, it's not really helping us progress. So here's Goku type advantage. Let's see how much damage this does. Okay, so with a crit, I was still under 1 mil damage to his health. So like, very minimal damage, right? And that's if Goku isn't dodging, and if I'm not getting a crits, it's even less than that, right? So yeah, I feel like it just makes the match go on longer. There needs to be more of a benefit to it, I feel like. Back in the day when Great Apes first came out, yeah, that was fine, but in today's game, I think they got to hit harder. So there's Goku, 300k. With type advantage, he's 100% fine here. And by the way, we haven't even gotten to see Baby or Tapion, because keep in mind, this whole run, I've basically just been talking, and I've been very casual. I haven't been always paying a lot of attention, but we've never even been close to hitting that 50% threshold. So, like, this team is doing very well, like, very defensive, very good. Yeah, like, I think, actually, it's kind of crazy, but the LR Baby might be my least defensive unit on this team. Like, Bergamo turn 1, for sure, is the least defensive, right? But, like... yeah, look at Baby taking damage from normal. So, like, Baby's my weakness, which is crazy, right? Now, we're really close to hitting 50%. So, had Baby taken a little bit more damage there, we'd be seeing a Tapion transformation here. But watch this. When you're running a team with defense like this, Bergamo now eclipsing 420k defense. Watch what happens. 3 physical orbs, my health is going to shoot through the moon. Yup, just gain a bunch of health back. Raditz can grab a couple of strength orbs, get us a little bit of healing, and then Tapion can get us a little bit of healing. And just like that, our health is looking okay again. Plus, if Bergamo gets supered here, we're for sure not taking anything. Okay, I'd be curious to see what Raditz takes here. Oh, yeah, he's taking damage from normal, so Raditz wouldn't be looking good. Tapion, I think, will be okay, just because he's got damage reduction, right? So Tapion, I think, should be fine as well. For sure, double-digit normals. What would Tapion take on a super? I'd be interested to see that here. Alright, well, we're getting close to the end here, guys. But I think it's fair to say, like, this video has shown that, like, Giant Form is actually, like, a viable team in difficult content. Now, I know I'm just doing the regular Legendary Goku event here, but I would still consider this difficult content. Like, you still can't take just any team in here and beat it, right? Like, you can't just take any full free-to-play team or like random units or whatever into here. So I would still consider this difficult content. Like, these UI Goku still hit very hard. So you can't just walk in here unprepared. And you guys have seen, I've done like very casual showcases in here, and I've not paid attention for a turn and like died. So like, the reason why I run, Legendary Goku event for like most of my showcases and stuff, it's just, like I said, it's a nice clean event. The boss doesn't the boss doesn't do stuff to mess up my rotations. They don't put status effects on me, and I just like to be able to like cleanly show like what the teams can do, and I feel like this is the nicest, most convenient place to do that, right? Now we'll see. I might do another run and take I might go into Super Battle Road to like normal Super Battle Road and like see how badly this team dominates. Because remember, that stage was designed for like the old Giant Farm. Hey, we got a Bergamo! How fitting! We need a Bergamo transformation. Nice. See, in Bergamo, because he doesn't have an EZA, he's going to really struggle for a super attack here. But we got one. Nice. My boy Bergamo showing off. The mascot himself, right? I like his little picture in the bottom right corner. So, like, for the Great Ape units, it shows the moon down there. Now we got the giant Bergamo. All right, what's Bergamo? I'm guessing it's be 900k. Yeah, 900k to a mil. Like, they literally, even after EZA, they all do the same damage. It's kind of disappointing that the EZA units literally do the exact same damage as before their EZA. Quite disappointing right there. But yeah, Bergamo. You got to have Bergamo showing off, right, when he's the mascot. It's unfortunate I don't get to heal up, though, in giant form, because that like nice little row of physical I picked up there would have been really, really good. But we're pretty close. We've almost got Goku done. I mean, can Bergamo finish him off? How fitting would that be? What's Bergamo going to take here? Like, giant form, he loses all the defense, by the way. The bad part about Bergamo transforming, by the way, his animation's actually pretty dope. Not gonna lie. So Bergamo's awakening came out like right at the beginning of when they were just doing better animation. So his actual attack animation there was actually really solid, because that was designed later on. The bad part though about Bergamo's transformation is it messes up his 9-turn stacking. So I bet his defense actually went down a bit here. No, 421 still. Maybe it didn't mess it up. Okay. Maybe the giant form doesn't count then. Okay, that's good. I thought it messed up his stacks, but apparently it did not. All right, so I think Bergamo though, unless Goku dodges. Oh no, he can't dodge a Dokkan attack. Yeah, so Bergamo, the boy, is gonna finish off Goku here. Finish off my giant form run on Legendary Goku event. So we'll get this attack stat here. Go through this, and this. So yeah, Bergamo 1.75. The attack stat isn't crazy. So I'll end the video with this. I legitimately do like Bergamo. That's why he's my mascot. And I'm really hoping they do some type of Universal Survival Saga celebration where they actually make a Basil and Lavender card. And I would like to see a Trio to Dangers card. Some units to link up really well and make this Bergamo shine. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the new giant form team. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.